plaintiff, Christine Eulery, was married to the defendant, and they have 3 children. But during their relationship, the defendant went to jail 3 times for domestic violence. Christine is suing her ex-husband for child expenses and a collections bill. Defendant Dwayne Eulery admits that he was charged with domestic violence after he slapped Christine, but insists he only slapped her after she kissed another man. Dwayne is countersuing for 2 collections bills.
Start with you.
Okay, so Dwayne and I met in 2000, and in 2001, we had our first of 3 children, and we got married in that year. Things went pretty good in the first couple of years, but then his alcoholism and his violence started to surface, and we tried to stick through things, but in 2009, a neighbor had called the police on a fight that we were having. And he ended up going to jail for 5 months. That was his second domestic violence charge since we had gotten married. So when he was in jail, I filed for divorce and gained full custody of our 3 kids. About a year later, he came back into the picture, promised that things would get better. Again, they did for a little bit, but then in 2014, he went back to jail for the 3rd time for domestic violence, and that was the last time for me.
So what happened with your relationship since that time?
So he then got into another relationship with another alcoholic. So they
How do you know that? If he's in another relationship, how do you know the person is alcoholic?
She calls me at 2 in the morning,
Yeah, she's alcoholic.
No.
Here's some background from you, sir.
So me and Christine got married 2001. Yes, I did have a DV case in 2001 because we got into an argument after she kissed another guy and I slapped her. In 2010, 2009, I did get another DV case. Yes, a neighbor did call the cops. She came in the door swinging at me. I grabbed her. I threw her out of the house and locked the door on her. During that time period, I spent 5 months in jail because I was on probation and it failed my probations.
For DUIs?
Yeah, he has.
Go ahead.
Okay, so in 2013, we got back together. We both drank a lot. We both did not live the way we should have been
Did you
living.
drink a lot?
I did start drinking.
All you've been talking about is his drunkenness.
I've
Go
been
ahead.
sober for 2
You've
years.
been doing the same thing. No, go ahead.
So in 2013, we went camping. I got punched in the face by another girl. I went out of the picture. When I woke up, she started into an argument with me. I grabbed her and pushed her down.
The other
like
girl
this.
you were
No,
He punched her in
Christine.
the face because he went after my 6-year-old daughter.
Go ahead.
Anyways, that was the other DV case. After that, we split up for good. I got with Melissa in 2015.
And that's your spouse here today? Your girlfriend?
Yes.
Fiance?
No.
They fake that they're married
Hold
on
on,
Facebook.
be quiet.
So me and Melissa have been together since 2015. I know that Christine wants to attack me all the time, saying I drink all the time, I party all the time, I go out, I'm not responsible. But since I met Melissa in 2015, I started out as a day laborer making $10 an hour. Now I'm a superintendent on a job site, salaried and everything. So I have taken control of my life and I have been doing good.
All right, now all you have to do is tell Melissa stop with them 2 a.m. drunk calls, and y'all will be good.
We did have that.
She don't
and
do
that
that,
was
you
right.
stop. You stop.
Never did, Your Honor.
Oh, you didn't call me on Valentine's Day and sing happy birthday to me drunk? Yeah, you
No. We have no idea how she thought of that story.
Right?
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right. The child expenses, how does he owe you for that in collection bill?
So he is currently $8,000 behind in child support arrears.
$8,000.
It's actually going up above that because he's $900 behind this month. So in addition to the regular child support payments, he has been willing to help me above and beyond since he's doing better now. So he had told me he would give my daughter, when she turned 16, $500 for her birthday. I told him that was a gift and that it didn't need to go through child support. He put it through child support arrears anyway. So he misappropriated that $500, and then he promised to give her $100 for prom in April. And again, he put it through child support arrears. She didn't get the money for prom because it takes, she did, but it was late.
Weeks.
Yeah. So I ended up covering that end as well.
Your Honor, I have all my child support.
My son, who was in 7th grade, in the spring, he was slipping with his grades. And so Dwayne and I talked, and he made an arrangement with me that if he brought his grades up, he would buy him some new Air Jordans. It's something that my son has really been wanting. And so he worked really hard, and he brought all of his grades up. Then Dwayne fell through with that agreement as well.
Did you get the Jordans?
Yes, I bought them for him.
Okay, so you want that reimbursed, you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, what's the collections bill?
So in 2013, without my permission, he opened a account for a Sprint bill or a Sprint phone, new phone number, and he never paid on any of it. This was kind of back in the time we were back together for a little bit. I'm in the process of buying a house, and a year ago, when I fixed up my credit, I saw this Sprint bill on there. And about a year ago, I started talking to him about it and telling him I needed to get it cleaned up. The full bill was for $550. I made an agreement with him that if he paid $300 of that, at least, I would cover the other $200 just to have it off my credit. He agreed to that, and in January, he gave me $40 cash, and he made 2 other payments, $70 and $75. At that point, March 24th was the last payment of $70. I had tried for 2 more months to get the rest of the money from him, only $105.
All right, let me allow him to tell me what's going on here with the child expenses and the collections bill.
Your Honor, before that, can I address the whole arrears child support? Here is the arrears, all my arrears papers.
Okay.
If you'll notice the first 2 pages, one letter sent in 2015 saying how much I was back owed. The next one is sent in 2018 saying that the back owed amount increased by almost $8,000. Arrears went up that much because when we got divorced, the child support payment was made through the judge of the divorce court. When we dropped it, we did it through child support, so it was the judge's decree was still valid. I didn't pay for a year and a half because we dropped it through the system, but we came to find out that we had to drop it through the judge.
Hold on, man. I'm not following you, sir, because if the judge had an amount that was listed,
right,
you didn't pay that.
I'm paying it. I'm just letting you know that I am paying my child support, and I am paying the arrears. That's just
all right. You're paying on it. That's your point.
Yes, I am.
All right. Just hand it to me and say, Judge, here's evidence that I'm paying on it, because you confused me. All right. So you're paying on it, but you do admit owing a balance of $8,000. Now,
yes,
what
which
about?
I'm paying arrears. I pay an amount every.
Okay, but that's not what you're suing for. That's something that you're dealing with through child support services, and that's smart because I can only grant you $5,000 here as a small claims court. What is that?
This is the paperwork stating about
what?
The tennis shoes, the
what does it say about them?
Working out a payment for the tennis shoes and the Sprint bill, the final payment on the Sprint bill.
You read what you want me to know, sir.
I won't put the Sprint money not till next paycheck and $100 for Drea's prom. You told me this paycheck, I need it today. You made more than enough money. Pay it so I don't have to keep dealing from it. I cannot be in arguments with you all the time, especially when I tell you I'm going into a meeting and can't talk. I will really feel bad for the kids because they think I don't care about them because I refuse to get into it with you all the time. I will put through money for Dre, but it will be through CS. I will also try to put some for London shoes next week.
Let's see it, please. Based on your effort to indicate you were paying, and you are paying something on it.
He actually stopped paying when the lawsuit took place. He's not paying currently.
He's saying these things to you, ma'am. He's not lying to himself when he talks to you about causing problems in the relationship with the children. He also says he intended to pay. The fact is, however, these are gifts, and a promise of a gift is not a contract, so he doesn't have to give him anything until the gift is complete. That's when he can't take it back. Sir, did you tell her you were gonna
I told her I was gonna put it through child support.
And you did that?
Yes, I did.
All right,
and
so
I had
what's
told
the
him
issue?
not to because
all right,
that's
but he
my
did,
payment.
ma'am. He doesn't owe you if he did it. Your counterclaim $4,188. How does she owe you for that?
Here is the state paperwork that I got sent by unemployment. They took the money out. I was penalized.
Took the money out for what?
Well, when I was in jail in 2010, she spent the unemployment money while I was
Weren't
in jail.
you all married in 2010?
Yes.
All right. With regard to the gift of gym shoes, that was based on, I'm going to conclude, a contract, because you said the child lifted his grades up. Promise was, in exchange for you lifting your grades, give you gym shoes. Did that. The other was a promise of a gift that was completed. How much were the gym shoes again?
125.
You admits to the collections bill. It's 380, 255 plus that is 380. 380 is the judgment. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
I have absolutely zero to say to you other than pay child support that you owe for this month, like usual.
I pay my child support.
No, you don't.